Hi, I'm Mina McCullough, Doctor of Physical Therapy and amateur ballroom dancer. So I had a friend that also ballroom dances recently ask me what she can do outside of practice and technique and things that teachers were giving her to try and speed up the process or condition her body outside of ballroom dancing. So as you know, as an adult ballroom dancer, we all have busy lives. We have a lot of time commitments, but we still want to be good and excel in our ballroom dancing. Try and work on your body outside of dance practice is really important. But what I see as a physical therapist and somebody who loves and studies fitness is people not necessarily doing things wrong, but not doing things optimally. And so I wanted to go over some secrets or some things that I use as a busy professional. I am at a physical therapy clinic, I lecture, I'm working on my company Body Spring. So as a busy adult, how do I still maintain to compete and be successful in my competitions, continue to learn and continue to thrive at dance? For ladies, a lot of times we're wearing these 3-inch heels. And so the force production going up through our body, up through our toes, and it's all connected through there. So I have a little anatomy example I wanted to show everyone because sometimes I see people doing simple toe raises and ankle raises, and sometimes the problem with that is it's not addressing really the muscles that are needed for quality sports performance and high level dance movements. So here's an example of the topic that I teach on, which is myofascial chains. Now, we don't have to get too complex in these myofascial meridians and how they run, but we do need to know that the whole body is connected. And not just that the body is connected, but how is it all connected? And how can we maximally train this connectivity to maximize our dance performance when we can't get to the studio or we can't get to a lesson, or we just want to get better even though we started late in life. You know, maybe we started when we were in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or even 60s. So how can we be the best we can be at any age? This would be the best one to kind of look at for now, this body here. And I just wanted to show everybody through this picture that these tendons that actually make up the arch of our foot, and they're deep inside of our foot here, the muscle bellies of these tendons actually extend up on the side of our ankle, up through our lower leg, and then connect with the fascia all the way up to the back, the butt, the core. But when people are having ankle problems, we need to strengthen the toes, and we need to look at some of the movements that we don't commonly see on the internet and we don't commonly see people talk about, because they're the deep stabilizer muscles, the ones that are actually the most important to make these explosive movements. So what is toe splay? Toe splay is spreading the toes apart. And so we can get objects and devices that stick in between our toes to spread them apart, and I can talk about those. However, the absolute best way to do it is to learn to do it with your own muscles, because that will provide muscle memory. So when your foot is inside of the shoe, it's splaying out against these straps. It's really activating within the shoe, not just on top of the shoe. So sometimes I actually will get shoes as my foot gets stronger in these splayed positions with an adjustment on the front, or get a wide width or a wider shoe once my foot is strengthened in this stretched position. So now what I do is just practice that toe splay position. So I'm just practicing bringing my toes apart and then trying to set them down onto the ground, keeping them apart. Once I do that, I imagine there's little bugs underneath certain parts of my feet. So if you imagine here are your knuckles in your feet, same thing with the knuckles of your hands, you have knuckles of your feet. And so if you imagine these areas of the knuckles of your feet, they're called the metatarsal heads. So what we want to do with the metatarsal heads is we want to press them, practice pressing them into the floor. So we can press them into the floor both with the toes up and try and press the toes down and do it. So that's the first exercise. Here's what I do for my ballroom warm-up. Spread the toes. Push the mat heads into the ground, relax. Spread the toes. Push the mat heads, which are the knuckles of the feet, into the ground. Relax. Spread the toes. Push the mat heads into the ground. Relax.